Žirmūnai is relatively boring, to be fair. I mean, you don't get it in any tourist guides. And visually, it's not really that attractive. However, I asked the question, would it be possible to be sonically attractive? Sound is a surprise in itself every time anyway, at least in my book. I realize there's always micro details changing, and if we focus on them, we kind of like realize that everything is very fluid and open, and it is something that I find particularly interesting, not only in thinking about it and theorizing it, but mostly because it just affects me and it helps me always feel like I can change and I can develop and I can evolve as a human being, although I am constantly walking around the same streets in the same neighborhood. There's a contradiction. Like within a few hundred meters, you get those intense drones from the ventilators and those machines working right behind Rimi, where all these logistics are happening. So you would never go there if you were not driven by sound curiosity. And there are moments where the car wash place and the traffic are super loud, and it gives this sort of like full range blasting noise, which I find quite interesting. But then you walk down the stairs and you're in the riverside, and you can start listening to a lot of details. A person walking, a bicycle passing by, a crow in the distance. I approached this particular one as a flaneur, this idea of the wanderer in the urban environments without any practical purpose. I think soundwalk is not about getting from point A to point B as quickly as possible. It's about sort of like shifting this rush of being on time and submerging into a slower time that is affected, dictated, and essentially manifested through sound. I hope people would had the opportunity to experience that as well, where you can just stand and listen without feeling the need to go somewhere. But of course, the interesting part of the paradox is that, well, we're actually going somewhere and going nowhere at the same time, creating this extensive sense of territory with different traces and paths and threads that were interconnecting between us, because this is also this part of the group activity, and individually, as each person sort of like found their own way of engaging in this particular soundwalk. I think the most important thing in the end of the day is that collectively and individually we created a memory out of the whole experience, something that we will carry with us for as long as possible, hopefully.